Great. They're happy to enter into negotiations with us.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix. Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend. Not an easy decision, but you handled it well. Thanks.
Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Tsunoda and Russell. And we're in front of Iwasa, Novalak and Ricciardo. Currently the fastest lap is a 1:28.2. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Norris, Russell and Yuki Tsunoda. With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Tsunoda, Novalak, Doohan, Ricciardo, Iwasa, Ocon, Leclerc, Albon, Liam Lawson, Daniel, Yuri Vips, Vesti, Richard Verschoor, Stroll, Williams, Magnussen, Sargent and Oscar Piastri. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right? Which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Well, what happened? Let me know you're okay.
A sterling effort from the team and a magnificent drive to secure victory here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Lando Norris takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I think for driver of the day, I'd probably pick Lando Norris. He lived up to every inch of his reputation today, and I think he'll be going home, quite rightly, a bit proud of himself.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes move to the top of the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
OK, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix. Thanks. I know these kinds of decisions can be challenging, but I think you made the right call.
quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are Tsunoda, Norris, Russell, Leclerc and Ricciardo. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1 minute 33.9. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. Excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top 3. Daniel, Tsunoda and Lando Norris. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome to Melbourne and welcome to the Australian sun. We're still getting used to some track revisions here, but the core hasn't changed. This is a beloved classic of the F1 calendar, and it's time for the Australian Grand Prix. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Daniel lines up on pole position, and Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Ricciardo, Russell, Leclerc, Iwasa, Albon, Ocon, Liam Lawson, Vesti, Yuri Vips, Richard Verschoor, Doohan, Williams, Novalak, Stroll, Sargent, Magnussen and Oscar Piastri. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And I'm delighted, as always, to introduce Anthony Davidson, who'll be taking you through all the action alongside me today. Let's talk about Daniel.
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? So we're in for an exciting start then, I'm sure, and then they'll all start to settle down a bit and try and find a rhythm as they plan the next phase of the Grand Prix. It's important to know when to push and when to hold back so as not to overcook those tyres early on.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway here in Australia. The atmosphere around the circuit is electric and the crowd are hoping for an exciting race from the drivers today. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, we lost the position, trying to keep focus. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
McLaren have pulled it off. They've won in spectacular fashion here today. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. Heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving that they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Yuki Tsunoda takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Yuki Tsunoda gets my vote today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Daniel, Tsunoda, and Lando Norris. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. The Chinese Grand Prix, then, is upon us once again. It's a race that saw Michael Schumacher claim his final Formula One victory in 2006, as well as Red Bull's first win with Sebastian Vettel in 2009. There's no doubt there's plenty more drama to come here in Shanghai. Shanghai International Circuit, then, is a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, test their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and they're available into turn 1 and down the kilometre-long back straight into turn 14. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Daniel lines up on pole position, and Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Russell, Leclerc, Iwasa, Doohan, Ricciardo, Liam Lawson, Yuri Vips, Albon, Ocon, Vesti, Williams, Richard Verschoor, Stroll, Magnussen, Novalak, Oscar Piastri, and Logan Sargent. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's discuss Haas. There have been some tweaks to the power unit regulations, of course, and I have to say it doesn't seem, so far at least, that they've been able to keep up.
There are a few downcast looks within the team this weekend. I think they've been hit fairly hard by the new regs. But this is only the first step down a long road of development, and even if they don't maximise their points today, there are plenty more up for grabs this season.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
It's a performance to be proud of from our Chinese Grand Prix winners here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Lando Norris takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
It's got to be Lando Norris, hasn't it? Smooth, confident and assured. I've got no doubt that he and his team are going to be over the moon with his performance today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car. Thanks. I appreciate you taking the time to help out.